It's week 6 of the NFL, and we'll be watching the dynamic Tyreek Hill. He was a game breaker last week, over 200 yards receiving. It's the Dolphins and the Vikings, and it's coming up next.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking sharp. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Cousins looking to put it up right away. Open here, Adam Thielen. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rally to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long?
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tease Tabor.
Personal foul.
Wow, so wipe out the INT, roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that. Give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
On 2nd and goal. Tua under pressure, and they got to him again. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. 2 straight sacks have them backed up now for a 3rd and goal. Tua sets up to pass it. This is caught. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the golden field position there is squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a 2nd one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. A first carry for a Miami native. This is Dalvin Cook. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Over the middle, complete. That's Wilson. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Cook again. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's Cousins. Toward the sideline, and he will have the 1st down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. Cousins on 1st down. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Holding offense.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually got to pick up a holding call.
The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st down coming up. Cook following the penalty. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now on 2nd and 16. Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. On 3rd down, Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
The kick by Joseph is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Well, we had a pair of division rivalries in primetime last weekend, Week 5, and we've got another pair of good ones coming up here in Week 6. Starting tonight, Cowboys and Eagles from Philly on Sunday night, and then tomorrow, Monday Night Football has the Broncos and Chargers from SoFi. That's going to be a lot of fun, no doubt. Kickoff 5:15 local time for that one out in Southern California. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30. And they'll work this down inside the 30. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Tua. And it's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least. If they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Adam Thielen and the rest of the Vikings offense, they get set for their next possession. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him.
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend him and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Very nice catch there by Justin Jefferson, one of the best receivers in the game. After just 2 seasons in the league. As a rookie, 2nd-team All-Pro, and then in his 2nd year, was 2nd in the league in yardage. This guy continues to grow and get better with every game.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it second down. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
And he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3. It's brought in by Wilson. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 23. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
To throw again on second down. Cousins. And this one complete to Smith. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll throw again. Cousins. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins. Found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Fourth down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota. He made his first attempt, this from 45. Joseph's got it, and that will tie things up at 6-6. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all tied. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Tua, a final shot before half. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here with not much scoring between these two teams. 6-6 our score as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, and it's the Patriots with the lead in that one. Kendrick Bourne, a touchdown reception. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. Drake London, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And at the moment, that game is tied with the visiting New York Jets.
With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And in a tie ball game, they've got to be asking themselves, what can we do to get this passing game on track for the second half to come? Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there. Final preparations being made for the second half, both in terms of game plan and also hydration, because humidity is really going to catch up to these guys, no doubt. And for the call of the second half, we go back to Brandon Gaudin.
Yeah, Coach. Hey, that goes for the announcers, too. No AC in this booth, so we've got a mash unit of empty water bottles up here as well. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that, it could be a difference maker.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Dalvin Tomlinson breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
Come on, set.
Tua now on 1st down. Tyreek Hill's got another one. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. They'll run with Edmonds again. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys have now moved out in front. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Cousins. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. Finding room at midfield. Boy, 30 more yards and another first down.
I thought he did a nice job there of reading the coverage and realizing he didn't have anything downfield. So what quarterback doesn't love having a running back who's a terrific safety valve that he can dump the ball off to and turn it into a big hitter anyway?
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Left side, Cook. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win. And the
touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 35 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from capturing the lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. Previous series, definitely a focal point. 3 catches, the touchdown grab. As a DB, you're a former DB, is there a number of catches on a drive you're like, oh, he got the best of us?
I'm not sure there's a number, but there's a great feel. And what he did on the last drive, yeah.
Especially with a touchdown.
Yes.
You're never happy.
You're exactly right. The way he capped it off, so you feel that on the sideline, and now you're looking at your buddies and saying, okay, what are we going to do to take things away from him? Because I'm not sure the other guys can make those sort of plays. So let's make sure that we don't let him get going again.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
Pass interference. Defense.
So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes a field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 3rd and long for Cousins. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Holding. Offense.
Kind of surprised they accept the penalty.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is they want to move them back 5 yards because they feel good about their defense. But in most situations, you take the down. That's what counts more.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. Here's Jordan Berry now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Now Hill to return it. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They were winners over the Jets a week ago, and they are in the driver's seat right now as well. They'll run on first down, Edmonds. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Second down and another run with Edmonds. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down. 3 quarters have come and gone. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. This offense so far on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the
touchdown. Albert Wilson from 8 yards out. And the Vikings have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2, try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this 4th quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. A gain of 8 there on the play, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Here we go, back.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Tua sets up to pass it. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Janaris Robinson buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot. Another try after the first down sack. Tua. And it's caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Michael Pittman, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. And it is incomplete, so they can't convert for 2. And now the lead stays at 5.
As we prepared for these games, we've noticed offensive coordinators have had an expanded playbook on 2-point conversion tries because they never know when they may have to use it during a game.
But that also means the defense probably has more for these situations too, right?
No doubt about it. I think for the most part, defenses will be aggressive on 2-point tries. They want to get after the offense and make them force the issue.
And here the defense wins. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Catch made right side by Wilson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Cousins on first down. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Cousins to throw it. Open man, he's got Jefferson across the formation. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Cousins throw there, taken in by Smith.
Here we go.
Cousins trying to get his guys up to the line of scrimmage quickly. And a completion to Wilson. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Cousins. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Cook. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Here's Cousins. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Albert Wilson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings are able to move back in front. Cousins to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Take it in at the 3. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So Tua and the Dolphins down 27-24, a little over a minute to go. And that's into the hands of Gesicki. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Here's Tua. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Now Tua. Connecting with Hill. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Working down at the 49. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Tua to throw. Over the middle, incomplete to Waddle. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. 15 yards there on the catch and run. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Tua. He's going to air one out. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Charles, that drive was perfect. Methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
This time, the extra point up and go. And that will make this a 4-point game. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with what most likely will be the game-winning touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And with time a factor here, they will just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. It might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Dolphins, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Pittsburgh Steelers come to town. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8.